would just talk about all the stuff that I loved in August, because why not? That sounds fun. Things that I've read, things that I've watched, things that I listened to, and just a few other random odds and ends that I threw in there, because why not? So, here we go. Let's do it! Starting with books, I read 2 books in the month of August, the first of which being The Hate U Give by Angie Thomas. I'm pretty sure most people know what this is about by now, but just in case the one person watching this isn't. This is a book about a girl named Star Carter who sees her best friend shot by a white police officer. It's a story about learning to speak up, about police brutality, about a lot of pretty relevant things. Yeah, I thought it was really well written. I kind of was expecting a bit more from it, just from how much people were raving about it and how, like, people were talking about how amazing it was, which I agree, it was really good. I just thought it would be, I don't know, a bit more explosive towards the end. Having said that, I still really enjoyed it. I thought it did a really good job of tackling the issue that it was trying to tackle. I gave this 4 stars, I believe. I would recommend. And the second and final book that I read in August was Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets by J.K. Rowling. I actually listened to the audiobook for this for the most part. I'd never listened to the audiobook for it, so it was really fun to sort of delve into this world that I know so well in a different medium. Fun fact, I went to Australia this month for 2 weeks, which I'll talk a bit more about later. The day we got back was like one day before school started, and I was so jet lagged that I couldn't sleep that entire night. I gave up at around like 3 a.m. I just stopped trying, and I listened to Harry Potter from 3 a.m. to like 7:30. Yeah, so I listened to most of it then. I also listened to some of it on planes from here to Australia and like in and around Australia. I actually got really close to the end. I think I got to like the second last chapter before I had to put it down, and then it got automatically returned to my library because my time with it was up. So I just finished it off with my eyes. But yeah, pretty fun to read that, listen to that. As always, it's great. I mean, what else can I say about it? It's Harry Potter. You know what it is. 5 stars, as normal. Moving on from books to movies, I actually watched quite a few this month. First off, I'm going to talk about a Bollywood movie called Chennai Express. I watched this with my family in Australia. We were spending some time in Queensland in a place called Mackay, where there is not much to do. So, we literally just sat down and watched this Bollywood movie. It was my second time watching it. I don't remember the last time when I sat down with my family and just watched a Bollywood movie. I mean, I feel like I haven't done that since I was like 10. So it was really nice to be able to do that. I was reminded of why I love Bollywood so much. The other 3 movies that I watched this month were Harry Potter movies. The flight that we took from Toronto to Sydney was really long. We actually went from Toronto to San Francisco and then from San Francisco to Sydney. And this flight from San Fran to Sydney was with Qantas Airlines, which is like an Australian airline, I think. Their movie collection was fire. I mean, they had all the Harry Potter movies, all the Marvel movies, a huge number of Disney movies. It was crazy. Like, Netflix could never. On the way there, I ended up watching Prisoner of Azkaban and Goblet of Fire, and on the way back, I watched Half-Blood Prince. I skipped Order of the Phoenix because I'd already seen that really recently, and I also skipped 1 and 2 because I'd seen those recently as well. I would have ended up watching more. Like, I probably could have watched 7 part 1 and 2, but I was just so sick on the flight back and also really tired. Like, the time zones were effing with my body, and I just couldn't. So I only watched the 6th one, and it was probably my least favorite viewing of the 6th movie ever. I love the 6th movie. It's one of my favorites, and yet I was not having a good time. Anyway, Harry Potter. It's great. TV. Let's talk about TV. This month I didn't really watch anything new. I've just been rewatching a bunch of stuff. I rewatched Stranger Things, like the whole show from season 1 to season 3, which was really fun. I don't know what else to say about it. It's Stranger Things. You know what it is. I also rewatched the entirety of Friends. This was my second viewing, and it was just as good as the first time, I feel like. I think I watched it in like 2 weeks. 9 seasons in like 2 weeks? I don't know. Is that good? Is that bad? I don't know. Friends is so great. I mean, I would just sit in my little corner on my desk with some food, watching Friends literally all day, and not reading or writing. Make of that what you will. Moving on to things that I've been listening to. Music. First of all, I want to talk about Bastille's album, Doom Days, which came out in June, I want to say? like the end of June. I've been having so much fun with it. I do think that it's not as good as Wild World. Oh my god, I know. But here's the thing, is that when it came out, I was still in like the height of exams. I feel like I could be totally wrong about this. It could have come out in July. It did come out in July. It came out on his birthday. I'm totally lying to you. I wasn't in exams, so what was I doing? I was watching Friends, that's what I was doing. I had taken to watching this album while writing, while doing other things, and so I haven't really like sat with it and let it sink in, and so I feel like that's why I'm not as connected to it as I am with Wild World or All This Bad Blood. So I feel like I need more time with this album before I can really give a full opinion of it. So there's just not as many tracks as there were on Wild World, so it's, you know, it's less to love. Right now, I would give this album like an 85%, like a solid 85, but that's my opinion with not really being connected to it yet. I'm sure as I continue like listening to it and continue like loving it, that rating will rise. Like with Wild World, I think on my first listening, I gave it like a 75, and then now it's like at a 97. So yeah, I'm excited to keep listening to that. Let's talk about Lana Del Rey! Hey, Lana Del Rey's new album, Norman fucking Rockwell, came out, and wow, what an album. So Lana Del Rey. Like, I feel like that's the only way to explain it. It just feels very Lana Del Rey to me. Some of my favorites right now are Fuck It, I Love You, California, I love Doing Time. I've loved Doing Time since it came out. Also, can we just appreciate the title, Hope is a Dangerous Thing for a Woman Like Me to Have, But I Have It. It's just like, Lana, producer. Lana, how long do you want this title to be? Lana, yes. The epitome of the memes. I've just been really loving it. It's been playing non-stop, whether it's on my phone, on my laptop, on my Google Home. It's so good. It's so good. I'm so happy that it's out. I'd give it like a 96. It's really good. Lastly, the album that has torn apart my life, put it back together, and then keeps tearing it apart is Hamilton, the original Broadway cast. I listened to this for the first time in like May. My friend Shane, hi Shane, she forced me to because she was being really annoying about it, and I've fallen in love. I know way too many of the lyrics, I know way too much about American history and American like founding fathers, even though I'm Canadian, and I literally don't need to know this, really. It's great. I've been loving it. So, Fun Music Month. Now, I'm just gonna call this part Other, where I just throw in a bunch of other stuff that I've been loving or doing. First of all, Curtis Connor, the YouTuber. I'm sure if you're watching this, you probably know who he is, but I discovered him like a couple months ago. I saw his video, The Soft Boy Epidemic, and thought it was really funny. And then I've been watching him here and there, but in August, I sort of just got obsessed. Been watching everything on his channel. He's so funny, and just, I don't know how he does it. I think he's really great. Another thing I've really been loving are these eucalyptus candy, like little ball thingies, which we got in Australia. The second half of our trip, our whole family kind of got really sick, and so we bought these because they're not only really good, but they also act as like lozenges, cough drops. So yeah, we have like 2 packets of these. I've been really liking them, and I'm kind of sad that I'm almost out because like you can't find these in Canada. Also, my Australian friends, they called them lollies, which I thought was so adorable. Eucalyptus lollies. And last but not least, the thing that I've been really loving are animal wire protectors. My sister ordered wire protectors off of Amazon, and they're these absolutely like adorable little animals that when you plug it in, like when I plug my charger into my phone, it looks like it's biting my phone, and it's so cute. I have a panda on my headphones. They're so cute, and they're like a really big pack. There's so many animals. There's like a hedgehog, a mouse, and like a lion, a porcupine. There's so many. But yeah, these are the ones that I've been loving the most recently. Alrighty, those are like all the things that I've been loving in August. I realize now that I'm making this that this is kind of like a favorites video / wrap up. I don't know. I'm probably not gonna call it that though. If you're the one person watching this, thanks. You're great. Maybe subscribe because that's fun. It's like you get to click a little button, and that's fun. I've been Oishi. This has been a video. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.